I graduated. Hey, it's Liz, and it is not Monday, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm also okay with the fact that this video is a week late. It's been a little chaotic lately, but anyways, yes, this video is definitely behind schedule, as is everything I've been doing lately. And that is for a couple of reasons. I'll address that quickly, and then we will move right along into the actual video. I have been having some pretty bad anxiety issues over the past 6 months or so, and instead of getting automatically better after high school ended, it got a lot worse. I've been business planning as well, which has been taking up a lot of my time, but I am back, and I am back to stay, so sorry. But I really want to talk about high school and that experience and just kind of both reflect and tell you guys some of the things I wish I'd known and try not to cry because I've been so emotional. If you know me personally or just have been paying attention to some of the things that I've mentioned lately, you will know that in the beginning of this last semester of high school, I was in maybe one of the worst positions I've ever been in my high school career. I was having panic attacks on the regular, and I hadn't applied to any of the colleges I had planned on applying to, and I was failing pretty much every single one of my classes. And this kept going until Easter, when finally I had this massive mental breakdown and I just cried for hours, and it was not good. And my counselor emailed me and my mom and said, listen, you're not going to graduate unless you let me take some of your classes out and replace your AP English with regular English. And that was really hard for me to swallow because I've been in AP classes for so long now, and I am so used to doing things to the AP standard, and I didn't like the idea that I was going to be held to a lower standard because it made me feel like I couldn't do it. Because the problem with the thing that we tell kids who have any sort of illness or disorder is you can do anything you put your mind to, and that's really toxic because we can't always do that. Even though I wanted to believe that if I just tried a little bit harder, I was going to make it with all 6 classes, including my AP English, I had to step back and admit to myself that I'd been trying that for months now and it wasn't working. So I took down 2 of my electives and I took AP English out and replaced it for normal 12th grade English. And that was one of the hardest things for me to ever swallow having to do, because, it hurt my pride a little bit and it made me feel like I wasn't good enough. But at the end of the semester, I pulled through. I made it here, hence this cap and gown that I have now, and I graduated with all A's and 1 B in the 4 classes that I still had. And that wasn't easy, I fought for that, and even though I couldn't have done it unless I did take down some of my responsibilities, I realized, but I still did do it, and that was something that I never would have thought possible. I also had to realize that it was only because I was so strong-willed about taking more credits that were required of me earlier in my high school career, which left room to not have so many classes my senior year. And I made it. I walked the stage. That was a thing that happened. And I know that there were things that I could have done differently, and I kind of wish I had. I wish that I had moved to online school sooner, and I wish that I had talked to a doctor about my anxiety and depression issues so much earlier in life so that maybe I would be able to manage it. But I made it here, and that is something that I just I wish I'd always been so certain that I would get here, because, I went through so many periods thinking, I'm not going to get here. It's never going to happen. And now it has happened, and it's, one of the best feelings in the world to know that, yeah, the hard work does pay off. It's going to not consistently feel like it's paying off, but it will. eventually. In freshman year, I was in a pretty bad place, but I was in a pretty bad place for most of high school. There were good moments, don't get me wrong, and there were a lot of things that I did enjoy. I loved so many of my teachers, and I made a few good friends that I really hope that I can hang on to for the rest of my life. I know that it's so bad to hear that these past 4 years have been the best 4 years of our lives, because they weren't. They were filled with unnecessary drama and with panic attacks about deadlines, depressive breakdowns, and hearing that your friends are in the hospital from the overwhelm, and it's not the greatest 4 years of life, but that's good. It's good that we just went through what might actually have been some of the worst years of our life, because that means that it goes up from here. I honestly don't want to think too far beyond college, because I have learned from being young and trying to plan my entire life out that that's just not a good way to live. I'm going to get a degree in English, and I'm going to build my business. And those are the things I'm gonna do. After that, I don't know. As a consolation prize of 4 years of hell, I got this beautiful diploma. It says Michigan Great Lakes Virtual Academy on it, which is the best decision that me and my mother ever made. I don't think I would have made it at Novi. I really don't. And I'm so glad that I switched to MGLVA. I had such understanding teachers, especially this year, and I actually got to meet my two favorites, which was incredible. My music teacher and my creative writing / journalism / mythology and folklore teacher. I met both of them, and it was really nice. I guess that's something that, like, in a brick and mortar school, you sort of take for granted. When you have a cool teacher, you get to see them every day. And I've never met either of these amazing women until just now, and it was so good. And Miss Williams was my music teacher, and also my homeroom teacher, so she knows how hard I worked to get this, and she told me beforehand that she was proud of me, which of course almost made me cry, because, oh my gosh, even now I'm kind of like, emotion. And she also, I think she was giving them to all the music students, but she also gave me this, and that just, like, sealed the deal that I was gonna cry, because I just look at it and I'm like, yeah, I did that. I made it. I earned this, and I earned that. If I could tell my 14-year-old self anything, it would probably be to stop trying to be someone Z isn't, because that was my biggest problem. And, you know, for the channel, I tried to be something I wasn't. And in life, I tried to be someone I wasn't. And if I've learned anything from the past 4 years, it's that I don't care. I am a nerd. Like, not even a fun, cool nerd. I'm just, like, lame. On the lamest level of lame. And that's okay. I'm fine with that. It's my branding. But, I don't know. I'm just on a ramble at this point. I wish I'd known that the fact that I tried my hardest every day would get me here, because every day I felt like my best wasn't good enough, and at the end I get to see that it was. Because here we are. And I got accepted into a great college with a great English program that is exactly what I wanted in a school, and, like, it gets here, eventually. If you keep working for it, you get here, even when you feel like you're not gonna get here, and even when you feel like your best is never good enough, it is. Just wait. And if it isn't good enough, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with you. Sorry, that was all so emotional, and I don't know why I'm crying right now. I think I've just... That's the real reason I put off making this video. I knew I was gonna get like this. Anyways. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below saying just about anything. If you are a recent graduate, let me know so I can congratulate you because, hello, I'm proud of you. I'm your mom if you didn't know. You can follow me in the links in the description box below, which will be used eventually, probably starting in July properly because like I said, I'm business planning this month, so next month should be like the month, and if it's not, that's okay too. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of leniency, given the fact that I've had more mental breakdowns in the past 2 months than should be normal for 2 years. Be a bro. I don't know why I laughed. Share this video with another bro, and if you have not done so yet, subscribe, join the family, gain a mom, because I make new videos. Generally speaking, I make new videos every week, and sometimes I don't. But usually I aim for Monday, and I'm gonna get better about that. So, subscribe.